Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Davines Education. Super excited to have Rock Lemay with us today to present his point of view. So Rock, take it over.
Thank you, Jody. So good morning, good afternoon for some of you, and good evening, like Oscar from Spain. So my name is Rock Lemay. I'm an international educator for Davines. It is wonderful to be here today presenting you the color mentoring pro tips. What is the color mentoring pro tips? Is basically sharing you some of my experience in salon, how I approach color, how do I handle situations, same as you guys that are in salon every day with your client. Today we have we will focus on a presentation that it will be my point of view, which is our Demi-Permanent acidic color. So I'm going to be sharing you a little bit more information about it. How does it work? Why is it so amazing product? And why do I believe so much in this type of science in hair color? As always, I invite you to take notes, and our live interactive chat is also open, so we could have a real-time conversation towards your question. Today, I have a lot of information to share with you guys. So we have about 60 minutes. So naturally, during the presentation, I will try to answer your question. However, if I did not see your question, we'll have a time at the end of the class where we'll be able to take some time to answer to your Q&A at the same time. I was just looking to see, okay, cannot hear anything. Is it all good? Yes, good. So as always, like I said, at the end of the presentation, we'll take time to answer your questions. So let me share my screen with you guys so we can go into our presentation. So this is, where is it? It's right here. And share. So you guys are ready? Cool. So let's get started. Okay. So view. So let's talk about view, my point of view. It is a unique demi-permanent hair color science that moves the world. What do we mean by that? First of all, due to its innovation, its science of it makes it very unique into the hair and beauty industry. So understanding its science, we'll cover that today. How does the product influence the hair structure? And what type of salon services could we do with it? So naturally, I always start with this in all of my presentations. So if some of you have been into some of my previous presentation before, you've all seen this. So it is the 4-step to salon consultation with your client. So it's a very quick and very easy way of doing it. This is also something that I will apply with my existing clientele on every visit, because you never know, their taste into hair color could change. So the first one is basically trust. That's step number 1. So build trust, identify your client's needs to achieve satisfaction. And how do we do that? Make the client feel listened to. So we have a 5 minutes to care approach within the Davines culture. So if you guys ever wishes to learn more about the 5 minutes to care, you can always visit our YouTube channel, and you will see that Francesco has done an amazing presentation on consultation. And also to look onto the Davines Education Facebook and to see when is the next classes. Listen to what your clients have to say about their color. So basically when they're sitting in their chair, is take time to listen. They do have sometimes a different verbiage than us to express their color. So it's very important for us to clearly understand what she's expressing about her color. Take time to listen what she doesn't like about her color. So what she likes about it and what she would like to change. So those are the very important thing. So whenever I have a regular client coming into the salon, I will sit down and say, how's your color? Is there anything you'd like to change today, or is everything good? So just a few quick questions, and this is telling me if we maintain the same color as we did before, or if we do any adjustment or add any technical services into her color. Step 2 is understanding the needs. Check the hair and scalp to define the right in-salon service. And this is the most important step in our consultation. We need to determine if the scalp is up to receive a service, if it's in good condition. How's the hair quality? Does it need any pre-care services before the technical services? Is the hair apt to receive the technical services that the client is looking for? And if not in good condition, explain why, explain if there's any pre-care needed to achieve, or offer her an alternative solution to achieve her services that she's looking for. So say, okay, the hair is not ready for now. Let's start building your hair towards that, and we will take a few visits. Also ask your client, here is the cost of the service. Does it respect within your budget? If not, then offer an alternative services that will fit again within her budget. Step 3, it's personalized. This is our fun part for us, the colorist. This is where we choose the right product and the formulation with the recommended service. So this is basically where we take time to formulate. We're going to explain to the client what we're going to be doing into her hair. This is where we as professionals, we need to elevate our technical skills more than ever, especially after this quarantine. Clients are coming back. They had the opportunity to experience home coloring. So therefore, it is very important that we elevate our technical services to justify the value difference between what is home coloring is also to salon coloring. We have a tendency of saying that home product is not necessarily good. That's not the reality of today. Home product is very good, and there is services online now where a client could get their own custom blend color to be delivered at their door. So the competition besides salon is becoming very aggressive. So we need to elevate our service and create a unique experience and a unique color signature to our client. Let her know the processing time and what are the following steps so she knows what to expect, and connect at the shampoo bar the proper product recommended for her hair that would be suited for her home care. So step number 4, which will be basically care. So client care and future visit. Identify the hair care needs to maintain the perfect hair color at home. So technically, the product you use at your back bar should be the product that you recommend. Naturally, you'll be giving her some hints and tips of how to use the recommended home care product at home. And so how many times should she treat her hair? What is the recommended processing time and all of that? Create a client dossier on the technical service that you conducted today. Then that way you will have the information on her next visit. If there's any adjustment to be needed, then it's great. You have the information and you know what adjustment you need to do. And rebook the client's next visit. More importantly now, because our client are coming in, we're kind of booked for the next couple of months. So if they want to have their next month's visit, it's very important that they book their visit. In my case, being a colorist, I don't cut hair, don't style hair. So I have to make sure my client books far ahead to make sure they're coordinating their appointment with their cutter and their stylist at the same time as me. Okay, so this is again the 4th step into consultation. Build the trust with your client, understanding her need, personalizing your service and elevating your standard, and care, basically, again, the home care recommendation product and rescheduling her next visit. Good, so now let's go and discover a little bit what is View all about and what's so fascinating about this product. So View is a demi-permanent hair color, and basically a demi-permanent hair color, a lot of people are confusing it with a semi. Semi-permanent hair color, it is a colorant that you do not need to mix an activator in. It is a product that is ready to use. This is not View. View has to be formulated with an activator. So therefore, a demi-permanent hair color, it's kind of a hybrid color between a permanent and a semi-permanent combined together. And what it means to that, it is basically, it's because some of the colorant may will contain, the colorant will contain oxidative dye, and some of the color will contain direct dye. So that's kind of the combined chemistry together. So basically, again, here, if we look at the little note on the left side of the screen, the demi-permanent hair color are available in two types of science. There's the alkaline, which is more your traditional colorant, and there's an acid. Only a few of them are on the market at the moment. Both colorant type will contain a mix of low volume activator. Sometimes could be 5, some company could be a 7 volume, 10 volume, and we've seen up the way up to 15 volume. Oxidative pigments and some shade, again, may contain direct dye. The shade that will contain direct dye or more something like golds or more something like coppers, because they're the most reflective pigment and we want these colors to be even more reflective. So often these are the shade that will contain some direct dye into it. Anything that is ash, anything that is neutral or cool tone do not contain direct pigment into it. Because hair color precursor are used in this product, therefore it is important to do a skin test, same as permanent hair color. So what I mean by here is client that has color allergy, it's not because it is a demi-permanent hair color that she cannot be allergic to. Often a client with an allergy, she is allergic to the color precursor found into the formula, and this is what she is sensitive to. So if you do have any client sitting into your chair and that wishes to have this color and she has color allergy, therefore it is recommended to do a skin test from 24 to 48 hours prior to the technical services. The same standard follow as the permanent hair color. Okay, so just moving my chat boxes so I could see my screen. Again. Okay, so we had, before View was out, we were doing our demi-permanent hair color with mask with Vibrochrome, and I'm sure some of you already used it before. So mask is basically was formulated in 1 part color to 2 part activator, 5 volume. The low percentage of the oxygen found into the activator was not giving enough oxygen to activate full ammonia content in the color. So therefore, it was bringing down the ammonia percentage found into the color that is active into your formula, giving you more of a demi-permanent hair color. That's a little bit how the sciences work onto it. However, even though if we were bringing the percentage of ammonia very low, okay, due to the 5 volume activator, the product still remained within a pH of a 9.5. So it is in the alkaline pH side of the system. It has a low oxidation due to the low activator that we're using. Some lightening may occur on natural pigmented hair. So example, somebody who has fine hair or you're putting a plastic cap on the head, you're using a heat source onto it, you will create some slight shifting of the natural pigment. So therefore, whenever you're using mask with Vibrochrome as a demi-permanent hair color, it is recommended not to put any heat source, also recommended not to put any plastic cap. If it's finer hair, it is recommended to reduce the processing time by 5 or 10 minutes. This way you will minimize shifting from the natural base. Also, what I want you to take a look here is at the diagram that is right here. If you look at it, is the color of the mask with Vibrochrome, due to its low oxidation, penetrates slightly deeper into the cortex, and you will see the difference with View in here. Okay, so now let's go see the next one. So the next one here is our View. So View here is formulated with 10 volume. So people will say, oh, listen, I don't understand. There's 5 volume on one side and there's 10 volume on the other side. So 10 volume is a little bit more stronger than your 5. Yes, it is stronger in oxygen. However, it is mixed into a 1-to-1 ratio, not 2-to-1. Also, too, is a lot of people think activator is an alkaline pH, which is absolutely false. Activator is an acidic pH. An acidic pH from different brand that could be like 2.75 to 3.25. So this is where usually a pH of an activator could stand. So therefore, view here, our demi-permanent color into an acidic environment is truly acidic. And what I mean by truly acidic is the solution in the bottle before being formulated is a pH of 6.8. And we cannot say that about many other products that are existing on the market within a similar category. So therefore, being a 6.8 and therefore having your activator 2 being acidic, you remain the product within an acidic environment. And you do need the oxygen in there to be able to activate the polarization of the pigment into the formula. So here is view, as you could see the diagram, being a pH of 6.8, low oxidation, 0 lift, deposit deeper between the cuticle layer and slightly into the cortex, you could see that it doesn't go as deep as mask. So there is a difference between the two products. Now, when do you use it? One or the other? It all depends what you're looking for. Sometimes if I do a color correction is I'm working within the cortex zone of the hair. And the cortex zone is the center here that we're seeing here. So all of that in here, that's the cortex, okay? So if I'm doing a color correction, I'm shifting color within the cortex. I'm exposing natural underlying pigment. So therefore, maybe my first application of color, I will apply a color that will create me a stronger foundation. So I may choose mask with Vibrochrome as my first application. And to increase hair quality by closing the cuticle, increase color shine, a shield around the hair, basically a top coat, then I will finish with view. So you can see here, depositing the pigment into the cortex, then here depositing within the surrounding cuticle. So I'm increasing color within the hair. So I may work with either mask or view, or working together, apply mask with Vibrochrome as a demi with 5 volume, and applying view as a top coat on top of it. Okay, any questions so far? No questions, so let's go see the next one. Okay. How would your client, how would your client feel, I should say not say, if you offer a color line that contribute to the reduction of the environment impact? Okay, how would you feel? How do you think your client would feel? Would they like it? Anybody can answer me? They will feel great, absolutely. Especially with everything that's going on today. So here is we have view, okay? And let's go see what's so wonderful about this product. So view is 95 to 99% biodegradable, okay? So 95 to 99%, this is quite impressive for your client, okay? So meaning that the product will basically, once into the environment, basically will eliminate itself. 88 to 93% natural derivative ingredients. So this is great also too. So basically we're getting a lot of ingredients that are from the natural sources that we're getting inspired from. The bottle are made from recyclable plastic, so they're 100% recyclable. And the CO2 derivative from the production of the packaging is compensated. So basically Davines is whenever they're creating carbon footprint, they are compensating with planting trees, contributing to that, to the world, basically to compensate for that. So this is a product that we could say that we're at Davines that we're very proud of it. We're very proud of its science being very unique, and we're very proud of all those benefit, 95 to 99% biodegradable, 88 to 93% natural derivative ingredients. So we're extremely proud of that. So Now let's go see what's so special about the formula, because I told you that I really like the formula. It's an acidic formula and with integrated natural polyglycerol into it. So probably saying like, what is polyglycerol? Okay, so polyglycerol basically it's an extract from the olive oil. So basically we're taking that extract and we're incorporating it into it. I'm probably seeing your mind going and saying, okay, if I'm putting olive oil, an extract olive oil into a color, will the hair be oily after? No, it won't. The product is formulated, we're taking the nourishment effect of the olive oil into it to nourish the hair and to make the product spreadability, the texture of the product and all of that. So no, the hair won't be oily. You won't have to do a Solu shampoo. You won't have to do a decluttering shampoo, nothing of that. The product rinses out of the hair perfectly. So we have here a question from Oscar. How do you explain that 10 volume is not able to lift the natural hair? Very good question, Oscar. That's very simple. What is the natural pH of the hair and scalp? So keep that in mind. And into my next two slides, I'm giving you the answer. Yeah, you're pretty good. Around 5, 4.5, 5.5, yes. Good, so we're giving you the answer into the next slide. And I want to say hi to Joe Moreau. So hi, Joe, welcome into my class. Okay, so the Demi-Permanent hair color also to have a very strong reinforcing system. It helped to strengthen the hair structure. So that's one thing, and that's due to the acidic technology found into the color. It will moisture and soften the hair, and it will give you extra shine. So I don't think there's no client in her sitting in her chair that doesn't want extra shine in their hair, okay? So as a colorist, we know that healthier the hair, the more beautiful and shinier the color result will be. So now we understand the science, we understand the product, the nature of it. I have a little question for you. What's the biodegradability of the product? What's the percentage? Can anybody tell me? Anybody tell me what's the percentage of biodegradability of the product? Up to 99%, perfect. Natural derivative percentage, what is a natural derivative percentage? If you guys told me 95 to 99% biodegradable, you're great. And those who told me 88 to 92% natural derivative, perfect, great. Okay, so the benefit of natural polyglycerol. Well, what are some of the benefit? Seems I can't talk this morning. I'm all like bubbly, or not bubbly, but my tongue seems to be caught. Okay, so if you say strengthening the hair, moisture and softness, and extreme shine, perfect. Bravo, Maria. So Anna Pachito, my boss, is asking what is in my coffee. Anna, you know I don't drink coffee. Haha. And yeah, no, there's no vodka in my coffee, Maria, because I'm drinking tea. Okay. Okay, let's go see the chemical process. Now we're getting into the fun and juicy stuff. Okay. So the first thing we need to understand is we need to understand pH. pH is what we work with every day. We have pH of the client's hair, we have the pH of the product we're working with, so that we need to understand the influence that it brings to the hair. So if we look at it, when I was asking Oscar what is the pH here, is we could see here we have hairs and skin's natural pH is 4.5 to 5.5. So basically this is where they're found, okay? So this is our starting point whenever we're working with new growth, whenever we're working with natural hair and stuff like that. This is what we're working with. And notice what I said, natural hair, okay? Because some people that may have chemical treated hair, but if they do not use proper shampoo, proper conditioner, and do not treat their hair properly, the hair could still remain within a certain low percentage of alkalinity. So it is into a sensitized or more, the word that I don't like to use, damaged state. Product we use into our salon, we use color, we use high lift, we use bleach. So these are within a pH of alkaline, which is pH of 9, 10, and 11. So this is what we work with on it every day. So naturally, if we look at what it does to the hair, so if you look at the hair diagram, I'll just back it up. So see, and look again on the hair diagram on your right side of your screen, you will see that the hair cuticle will open up. Now, the problem is by working all the time with alkaline product is we do something at the shampoo bar. And that thing that we do at the shampoo bar is called emulsifying a color. When you're emulsifying a color, you bring it into the mid-length and end. We do that to refresh the color. Does it refresh the color? Yes, totally. However, you're bringing a product that is alkaline into the mid-length and end, which I mentioned to you guys earlier that the pH was 9.8 within that average. So therefore, if it's in an alkaline state, it will create sensitivity to the cuticle layers and open the cuticle more and more along the hair shaft. This is why we often have very porous tip of the hair and the color faded there faster. You're probably saying, yeah, but I put water in my color before emulsifying it, so it should reduce the strength of the product. No, it does not affect the pH of the product. So all it does by adding water into your formula is basically separating the pigments within the oil system in your formula to have a faster penetration of the pigment onto the hair to emulsify and to refresh. Therefore, the pH remains the same. So that's why even adding water, it does not reduce pH. So what's next? So here, if we work with a product that is into an acidic environment, so this 6, 5, and 4 are acidic. And I'm leaving 5 and 4 there for a very simple reason, is to understand what do we do. We know that water is basically neutral. Okay, so it is neutral. So first thing is when we did a color services, if we use something that is acid, what does acid do? Again, if you look on the hair strand on the right side and you look on the left side of the hair strand, you will see that the cuticle are close. So see here, then you're seeing that the cuticle are close along the hair shaft. Having a cuticle that is closest along the hair shaft, first of all, increase color retention, strengthening the hair structure, so the hair becoming much more stronger, and increasing light reflection, so therefore the hair is shinier because the cuticle are close along the hair shaft. So this is one of the benefits to do so. And where do we find this product? Here is 6.8. This is View. So View is 6.8. So how I work with this is I apply my permanent hair color to the new growth, and then I refresh the mid-length and end with acidic. Not only View is acidic pH that has a strong influence on the hair, we have shampoo, and we have conditioner. So our shampoo is 5.5 and our conditioner is 4.5. So therefore, see how important it is to acidify the hair. We bring the hair into an alkaline state and we acidify the hair after to increase strength, stop the oxidative process of the color, to neutralize all alkalinity, and to closes the cuticle with the conditioner to guarantee good quality of hair and good color retention. So that's a little bit of the hair science. Now, Oscar, why is there's no lifting with View with 10 volume? This is your answer here that you're looking for. Hair melanin. So we have eumelanin here. The eumelanin are black and brown melanin. They're basically the largest shape of melanin found into the hair. They're found closer to the edge of the cortex, and they have an influence on the level of the hair. They're the one that will determine if you're black, medium brown, dark blonde to lightest blonde. It is the percentage of eumelanin found into the hair. So if we look here, we have the pheomelanin. The pheomelanin are basically your little diffuse pigment. They're red and yellow melanin, so we can see that the size is different. And they're smaller than the eumelanin. They are more deeply embedded into the cortex. So that's one thing. So that's what you need to remember. One is in the surrounding perimeter of the cortex. One is deeper within the cortex and has an influence on the tone of the hair. So if the hair is warmer, if the hair is more golden, if the hair is more coppery, naturally means that there's a high concentration of pheomelanin, which is being reflected through the hair. So now let's look at this little diagram here. That little diagram here is showing you where the eumelanin are positioned in the surrounding perimeter of the cortex, and the pheomelanin is where is into the cortex. Whenever we're lifting the hair, we're exposing the pheomelanin, and this is where we see the orangey tone, where we're seeing the reddish tone appearing. Is that correct, Oscar? That's what's happened when we're lifting the hair. So therefore, here, let's look what happened when we are applying a view. So when you're applying a view, okay, here, and you're applying view that is formulating with 10 volume, basically what is happening here is the pigment will deposit within the surface of the cuticle of the hair, between the cuticle of the hair, and it penetrates slightly within the cortex. As you could see, it has not reached the pheomelanin at all. So therefore, not reaching the pheomelanin, it does not expose the warm tone of the hair, so therefore there's no shifting. Now, how's that working? If you're looking, I'll reactivate again. On your left side of the screen, look at the eumelanin pigment. When I'm gonna click on my computer, you're gonna see something happen to this pigment. Looks what's happening. The color wrapped itself around the eumelanin. So this is what's happened. Because it's an acidic product of 6,8, closest to the hair's natural state, formulated with an acidic solution of 10 volume to develop the pigment. Therefore, it has no influence on the eumelanin of the hair, so the pigment wraps itself around, and it does not reach the pheomelanin. This is why that there is no lifting or nothing happening to the hair. Does that answer your question, Oscar? Perfect, thank you. Okay. So now let's look, since it does not shift the natural pigment of the hair, now what could we do with it? Color depth can be divided into 10 levels from black through the lightest blonde. So we have our system at Davinus, level 1 being black, 6 being dark blonde, and 10 being your extra light blonde. Okay. So since view does not lighten the natural pigment of the hair, so therefore we need to see how does it work. It deposits with the existing melanin. So here we have a natural level 6. Then I have a natural level 7 and a natural level 5 here. So view is basically recommended to be deposit on level, deposit on a darker level, which is 5, or it could be deposit on a lighter level, which is 7. So naturally, each of those levels that it is applied on will have a result that is different, okay? So let's go see what could happen. Also too, into your choices of tone on a natural base, you could go either on the cooler side or go on to the warm side, so of the color palette with Davinus. So let's say we're going to use a 7.4, 4 for Davinus being copper, and we applied on, not 7.4, but a 644, sorry. I was thinking of mask with Vibracom. A 6,44 with view on a natural level 6. The natural level 6 will support your color, and the copper will show very well. However, if we apply it on a darker level, the reflection of the intensity of a 6,44 will be a little bit more deeper due to level 5 being present. However, if applied on a lighter level, since your wall behind the color is lighter, brighter, your color will be more vibrant, will be brighter, more orangey if we want to, okay? So it goes the same if we decide to apply on a level 8. it will be even brighter because 8 is even lighter than the 6, so the color will be brighter. And if applied on a level 4, being dark, therefore the color will look much more darker in that level. Does it make sense? Was that helpful to understand a bit what Vue is about? Now just change the tone from copper and let's go into our cool tone to see how does it look. So cool tone will just show you if you're using something that is a cooler tone on a level 6. It will give you perfect cool effect on a level 6. However, if it's used on a level lighter, such as an 8, it will have much more of a drabbing effect. If it used on a darker level, we'll see less of the controlling ability of the product. So this is just to show you a little bit how does the product work since it does not have any lift of the hair. Okay, so now let's go see into the next one. So application, I'm often being asked is like, do I apply it on dry hair? Or do I apply it on wet hair? Or what do we do? Well, it all depends. If I'm working with natural hair, non-chemical treated, and she wants to have a demi-permanent hair color, I will apply Vue on dry, clean hair. And I did use the word clean hair. So therefore, if a client has paste, have clay, have dry shampoo in their hair and stuff like that, all of these products could be an obstacle to your color performance to get the best result as possible. Therefore, it is important to cleanse the hair. If it's a regular client, I always educate my client to 24 to 48 hours before coming to the salon, please use a cleansing shampoo to clarify all impurity out of the hair so I have a clean canvas for me to work with. If I have white hair coverage, and I shouldn't use the word coverage with you, I should say if I need white hair blending, therefore I will apply it again on dry, clean hair. This week I had a client that came into my salon example and wanted a color. She went into the pool the day before, the day of, didn't wash her hair, and she put oils in her hair. So therefore, I couldn't conduct the services. We had to deep cleanse the hair to remove all of this mineral, all of that oil out of the hair in order for my canvas to be totally clean to receive the services. Now, when do I wash the hair? When do I put it on wash hair? Whenever I'm working with toning highlights, whenever I'm working on a full head of bleach, whenever I'm working on damaged or porous hair, I will pre-wash the hair. When I pre-wash the hair, I may determine that I need pre-care before to strengthen it. My favorite pre-care in the system in the salon for me is Natural Tech Nourishing System, because your nourishing system offer you a keratin refortifying system and offer you also to bond fortifying system within the Natural Tech Nourishing. So therefore, I am strengthening the internal structure of the hair prior to receive the Vue, and also it helps me to balance the internal porosity for even color distribution. So then I do that type of service every time before I tone the hair, which I will cover a little bit more later. So now that we talk about saying that I wash the hair, if the hair is porous, cleans the hair, water is a conductor. It is, sometimes it will help to drive the product. I will pre-wash the hair whenever I need that extra conducting of a color. Example, I may wash hair if I do want to have gray coverage. I will wash hair if I know the hair is very porous, because by keeping the hair just fresh, moist, it's a conductor to start driving the color. Lola, could you mention blending? What percentage can this product? Perfect, Joe. Thank you for your question. So Joe was asking is when I say blending, the percentage. We'll have you the answer on the following slides, Joe. So the answer will be there for you. So let's look at porosity. So like I say, I wash hair before, and then I will treat the porosity accordingly too. So porosity is the cuticle ability to allow the absorption of moisture and liquid. So therefore, the higher the porosity, therefore the color will absorb much more quicker. And this may end up having an uneven color result. The next step will be hair porosity varies from one person to another, but it increases when the cuticle becomes damaged. So also too, on the head of hair, porosity may vary on one even single head, more porous into the front, less porous into the back. Color could be absorbed more quicker and then deposit off tone on porous hair, and that we don't want that. We want a nice even tone. So this is what could happen. So what do I use? Is basically here is I use a product which is called Day Day. So here you will look at hair on my basically right side of hand, and you see a little minus along the hair shaft. Probably wondering what are those minus. When hair is into a negative state, a damaged state, I should say, the hair is into a negative state. When hair is into a healthier state, therefore the hair is into a positive state. So the more negative you'll find is along the hair shaft is towards the tip of the hair. So the more it's porous, the more minus and minus and minus you see. So here, Day Day, basically, what is Day Day? So Day Day is a product that is a cationic positive charge. Its main task is a leave-in treatment for porous for hair that could be used on its own to treat hair, or if you're working with any beautiful reds or any beautiful copper. But it also too is your it's your go-to product as a porosity equalizer into the salon. So, and what does it do? If we look again at the diagram, look at the minus. When I will miss that on the hair from tip to mid-length, the minus will change into a plus. So therefore, the charges of the hair is evenly balanced from scalp, mid-length, and end. Therefore, color saturation will be even from scalp, mid-length, and end. So it's a very, very important product to use. It's amazing. It works very well, okay? So now let's look at processing time. So a lot of people says, hey, I like my toner 5 minutes. Great. You will have definitely a color result in 5 minutes. You will have a color result in 10 minutes, 15, and 20 minutes. Now, what's the difference? Is view, it's a processing time up to 20 minutes. So we say up to 20 minutes. And what I mean by up to 20 minutes is therefore is, do you have a result in 5? Yes. Do you have a result in 15? Yes, like I mentioned before. But the difference is a processing time of 5 only give the product opportunity, the time to give you X amount of pigment to be developed. If you let a processing of 10, you got twice as more pigment developed within. I'm sorry guys about the noise. I'm just gonna go back inside for that. I was just sitting on my terrace, so I'll just go back inside. I have a neighbor who has decided that he was doing barbecue. Okay. So if I look at a processing time difference from 10 to 5, 10 is I got more pigment coupling process. So therefore I have more pigment, more durability than a 5 minutes. And if I go to 20 minutes, from 10 to 20 minutes, I got double the amount of pigment that have basically polarized together, giving you a color result. So therefore, you will have even more durability. But you're probably saying, yeah, but if I leave it for 20 minutes, it's darker than 10 minutes, or it's darker than 5 minutes. In 20 minutes, it's true to target color. So it is what it is to the swatch. Is now your personal taste that you say you like it lighter, that's a different thing. So if you want to have the durability of the color for the client's benefit, then you could dilute the color with a gloss to make it lighter, and then you let it process to 20 minutes. Therefore, you will have your lighter result and you will have the durability. Because if we look at our highlighted client and our bleach client, is most of the time is our highlighted clients, after a few shampoo, they're starting to use what shampoo? What do they use after a few shampoo they do their hair to keep their color? What do they do? Yeah, no, I do have a noisy neighbor when he does barbecue. It's crazy. So could anybody tell me? They would use Alchemic. That would be from us, yes, but they would do what? A blue shampoo. Most of them. That's what client know. That's what they refer to. They shouldn't have to do a blue shampoo after a few washes, actually. Their color should be holding very well. And that's the difference between 5 minutes to 20 minutes. If you have a roller ball into your salon, an infrared or hair master or a climazone, you could use those devices to speed up the process. So therefore, instead of 20 minutes with these devices, it would be 10 minutes. And I'm not talking hood dryer. No, not the use of hood dryer. You can't. Because for a hood dryer, you need to put a plastic bag. You would need to put other sources of heat, and that is not recommended. A rollerball is completely different. Indefinite. By leaving it 20 minutes, does it look the color longer, since it has full processing time, and then closing the cuticle with it leave in solution? Okay. Indefinite, by leaving it processing time to 20 minutes, it is the best recommended processing time, Joe, for view. However, like I say, if you want to leave it for 5, you do have a color result like any other company. But any company will always give you a processing time up to. And when they say the up to is the maximum of the processing time they're putting on, that is the best processing time to give you the right amount of color deposited into the hair that will reflect true to target result and that will deliver you the quality and the durability of the color that is being claimed by the brand. So therefore, yes, 20 minutes will be. You would use your day-day leave-in treatment before, and then after, when you will wash the hair, according to the hair you will work with, you will choose a shampoo and the conditioning treatment into it. For those of you who ask me about the conditioner before view, Anna, I will come to that when I will reach the conditioning part. Okay, just click here on my screen. Come on. Why is it not moving? Okay, something was wrong with it. So if we look here, something is wrong with my computer for one reason. Okay, yes, oh, got it. Okay, if we look here, the timer, 10 minutes, you will see how much pigment will go into the hair. So see the little rings that went around the Melanin? Okay, then look again, I'm gonna bring it to 15 minutes. Now I'm increasing the amount of color depositing around the pigment. And if I bring it to 20 minutes, I'm increasing more of that pigment that will go around. So therefore I have true to target and I have true to durability of the color into the hair. So that's the differences of how does it work. If you leave it for 30 minutes, will it go darker? Good question, Anna. No, it doesn't go darker than what you formulated. There's no need to leave it for 30 minutes. However, it does happen in the salon that we are busy in some reason and we cannot go and rinse the client when the rings. So there's no stress of the color going darker than what you formulated because most of the process is pretty much completed in 20 minutes. So it doesn't go darker than what you formulated, okay? Hope it answered your question. So here it lasts up to 20 shampoo, by the way, so you're seeing it here. So now let's go see a little bit of a question. What is the pH of you? So can anybody tell me what is the pH of you? Uh-huh. 6.8, great, congratulations, Anna. So 6.8. So the next question, what equalized porosity in Davinus? Anybody write me what equalized porosity in Davinus? Day, congratulations, Anna. So day leave-in treatment. Okay, what is the processing time? What is the best processing time for view? Perfect, congratulations, Anna, up to 20 minutes. Maria, congratulations. Okay, now let's go do a specialty tone. This is, I think a lot of us, we are attracted to those and we just love it. Some of us probably had a bit of an experience where we did it in the hair and we were maybe a little bit disappointed of the durability into the hair and probably wondering why it didn't last, why it didn't hold. And this is the goal of this slide here, is to explain you a little bit how does it work. There are specific specialty tone are non-level specific. They are recommended to be used on pre-lightened hair between level 8 and 10. So therefore, if you put it on darker level, they won't perform very well. Even though if the color looks dark on the swatch, such as basically amethyst and charcoal, they won't do much on any darker level below 8, okay? The specialty tone is our beautiful quartz, I think, which is stunning, but it's a very fragile, very delicate color, okay? So therefore, something that is very fragile, very delicate, needs some tender loving care in order to maintain it. So you cannot put your china or your crystal in your dishwasher on regular or heavy duty cycle. You can't do that. So you have to be caring for it, and that's quartz. You have your steel, which I find is stunning, stunning, stunning color. I actually used it yesterday into a color corrective, and it was just beautiful. And I'll share you some information on that. And we have our beautiful charcoal, and then we have our stunning amethyst. These specialty tones, basically, one of the problems is because they don't hold, is because, I shouldn't say problem, it's not. Because there are a color that is non-level specific, and they give you, the artist, the freedom to formulate and to create what you want to do with it. It's a creative tool into your hand that you need to custom, you need to adjust. That's what they are. So since they don't have any level specific, they don't have that backbone to support the color onto the hair. So here is like example for quartz. Whenever I formulate with quartz, I will add some 922 in there because my 9 is my level and my 22 is also to an iridescent tone, which is complementary to quartz. Actually, if you take the two swatches and you put them next to each other, they're pretty similar. So what I'm doing here is I'm adding a base to my quartz. It creates foundation to support the color and the 22 to complement the tone. For steel, what I like to do is 922, 711. It's kind of a very nice steel color at a level 7. I mix the two together because 7 would be too dark and 922 is too on the iridescent side. So I kind of mix them together, so which is giving me that nice blue violet tone to support the steel color. On my charcoal, I will use 721, which is perfect level and a perfect foundation to support the color. And it will be the same for my amethyst color. So I will use, again, my 721 here, okay? So now you're probably saying, okay, what's the quantity? What's the ratio do you put in, okay? Well, if you've been into my class previously, you know that I have a magic number. Could anybody tell me what's that magical percentage? 25%. Congratulations, Oscar. 25%. Right, Anna. Great. So cool. So 25% of my formula. So here, if I look at my quartz, what I would do is I would mix 30 grams of quartz, 10 grams of 922, 40 grams of 10 volume activator from Davinus. So this way, this will give me the proper foundation to support my color. Now into my steel color, I would mix 30 grams of steel, 5 grams of 922, and 7 grams of 711. That will give me about a level 8. So therefore, I will have the proper foundation, the proper level to support my steel. However, if you do wish to have it a little bit lighter, you could add some gloss into it to give you a lighter color result in steel, which is just stunning also too. So this is one thing. Into my chart, so these color quartz and steel are best on a level basically 9 and 10. So this would be your 9 and this will be your 10. Okay, so these are best seen on that type of hair. Now, if you were to do your charcoal or your amethyst, it would be basically 30 gram of charcoal or amethyst to 10 gram of 721 with 40 gram activator 10 volume. Again, amethyst, since they are darker to start with, they could be used basically on a level, basically 8, 9, and 10. So this would be your 8, 9, and 10. So this is what it would be used on, and this will give you proper foundation. Try it, let me know how it went. It just gives you, it does not affect the color, it just gives you that backbone into your formula that just gives you that longer durability to the client, and that's what they're looking for, and that's what they want. Okay, hope that was helpful information. So now let's go see our gloss. Gloss is amazing. It's stunning product. It is a non-pigmented solution, basically. So it has zero pigment into it. So what's amazing about a zero pigmented is there's no polarization of the pigment happening. So there's no really specific time onto the product. You could say, I can leave it in for 5 minutes. Will you get a shine and a glossy effect? Yes. Could you leave it for 20 minutes if you have the time for it? Yes, you could, okay? But there's no pigment process in there. So that's one thing. It can be used as a standalone gloss surfaces to give you all that shine. You could use it also to dilute shades, to reduce its depth and its intensity. So just say you want to have 9, a level 9, 903, 904, 9093, sorry. You wanted to make it lighter, then you could mix 9,3 or 9,4 with the gloss to make it lighter. And it's stunning to make you a level 10. Can be used to create the pastel tone, just what I explained here. A mixing ratio when you're using gloss on its own is a 1-to-1 ratio with your 10 volume activator. So it still needs to be formulated with your activator 10 volume to activate all the benefit of the product. Okay, so now white hair blending. So Joe, this is going to answer more your question on white hair blending here. You have to understand, working with an acidic product of a pH of a 6.8, it could only give you blending of the hair, okay? So here, so basically when you want to have white hair blending, you're working also too with a natural level existing onto the hair. So how do I work is always when I need to formulate it, example, a 932, then I would add the natural family into my formula. You could add half or up to 25% of your formula, depending on the hair you're working with. I would go half and half if I'm working with coarse, thicker hair. Medium to fine hair will be up to 25% of my formula. The natural family must be incorporated, but whenever I'm incorporating my natural family into my formula, I also like to add the natural family 1 level darker. So therefore here on the 932, I would use 8,0 to give me a little bit more depth to have more coverage of the hair. So again, up to 30% will be 10 grams of the natural series to your target color. Up to 50%, 20 grams of your natural family to 20 grams of your target color. And again, it is recommended to add up to 1 level darker if you wish. It is a blending effect. It is not made to cover 100% white hair. However, if you do wishes to have a demi-permanent hair color that gives you good white hair coverage, that wishes to deposit natural color, what I use here, it is mask. And I will use your 5 volume, and I will use plus my double natural family. So therefore, by using my double natural, I have double the amount of weight with a 5 volume, processing the product into a demi-permanent hair color into an alkaline environment of a pH of 9.8. So therefore, I will have a deeper penetration, if you remember the first slide that I presented to you, of the pigment within the cortex. So this is giving me more of a good white hair coverage for a client. Not into this category, Joe. I will not use a resistant mix into view. The resistant mix is recommended to use if worst case scenario into mask with Vibrochrome whenever you're working as a permanent hair color, not into a demi-permanent hair color. So no, the resistant mix would not be applying within this category. Okay. Brittle mix, Anna, is a resistant mix. Okay. Here is what service would you use for gloss? So I have a little question for you guys. What service would you use for gloss? Could anybody give me the answer? Shine, perfect. So yes, you could use it for a standalone gloss. You could use it to dilute. Yes, Oscar, Anna, shine, and pastel tone. Perfect. What's the percentage of white hair blending could be achieved with View? And what is the processing time that would be recommended if you're working with View? So if you guys answer 30 to 50%, yes. And if you're up to 25 minutes, I did not mention in the previous slide, I apologize. Whenever I'm working with white hair and I want white hair blending, I'm increasing my processing time up to 25 minutes instead. And I will respect full processing time on that. For simply reason is I really want to make sure that the white hair, I have as much pigment deposit onto it. Okay, no, that was supposed to move the box. Okay, good. So dual color application. So we're coming to the end of the classes. This is one of my favorite service here. So dual color application. So this is a professional application method that combines mask with Vibrochrome or a new color at the new growth area. And then we use View, basically acidic demi-permanent color to refresh the tone of the mid-length and end. If you remember previously, I mentioned to you basically, when you're applying the product onto the mid-length and end, if you're emulsifying your color, you're opening the cuticle, you're swelling the hair. Therefore, I don't want to open the cuticle. I don't want to swell the hair. So therefore, I use View. The system keeps the hair length and end into an optimal condition for a more vibrant shine and touchable softness. Now here, question from Anna, does it matter if it's applied on dry or damp hair? Then the question, it comes to the beginning of the presentation that when you're applying for white, I'm assuming it's for white hair blending, would you apply it on wet or dry hair? When I presented this option dry or wet, when I'm working with natural hair, I'll be applying the product on dry. When I'm working with chemical treated hair, I'll be applying on damp towel block hair. So therefore, if you're doing white hair coverage, you're applying the product on dry hair. And you want to make sure that there's no product in the hair, nothing that will create you a barrier to cover white hair, okay? Now, to come back to say, do I use conditioner on damp hair? Anna, hold on, I'm coming to that. Okay, so you're a little bit too fast for me this morning. I'm a little bit slow. It's Sunday. Okay. So again, if we apply our mask or a new color at the new growth, I will use, again, into the mid-length, I will use my day to increase the positive charge before applying. So it comes to the answer earlier, dry or wet hair. I have chemical treated hair sitting in my chair. I will refresh mid-length and end with View. Therefore, I'm using Day as a leave-in treatment to balance the porosity, which is moisturizing the hair. So therefore, the hair becomes damp, okay? Not wet, just fresh. This will even the porosity of the hair, increase the cationic positive charge of the hair to give you an even saturation of color from scalp, mid-length, and end. So see, I did not wet the hair at the shampoo bar. However, I used the Day to do so. Does it make sense? No problem, Joe. It was great having you on the presentation. Hope we'll have a chance to see you again soon and to reconnect. Joe is an old educator that I had the opportunity to work with into the past, so it was an honor to see him here into my classroom. So thank you for joining. Okay, so here, so again, miss the N, then you will apply your view, okay? Okay, so start your application on dry hair, your mask with your Vibrochrome. After processing time of 10 and 20 minutes, miss the mid-length and end with your day-day leave-in porosity equalizer. Apply your view acidic demi-permanent color evenly from mid-length and ends. Leave the developer leave to develop, the process of the color for another 10 to 20 minutes. So see again the processing time. Also too, whenever I refresh a color, one thing you need to remember, color on color makes it darker. So I always use it one level lighter. If the level lighter does not exist, therefore I will use what to dilute the shade. What would I use? I would use gloss. Perfect. So an example, if I color somebody 644 and I wish to refresh mid-length and end, I would not use 644. I don't have a 744, so therefore I would mix 644, 1 part color, 1 part gloss to my activator. So therefore I don't have over depositing of pigment, making my client looks darker. So that's the general rules. Whenever I refresh mid-length and end, always one level lighter. Okay, so now shampoo, conditioner. Now I'm answering your question. Anna, I'll answer your question here. So my favorite line for chemical treated hair whenever I'm bleaching hair, double processing hair, highlighting hair, it's basically its nourishing system. On my other classes, you learn that keratin, when it's fragmented, it's yellow. What's the color of the label here? It's, whoops, it's in yellow, okay? So it represents basically what keratin is all about. What's so amazing about the nourishing system, it has a keratin fortifying system, but also to the new formula, also to has a bond re-strengthening system into it. So it redeposit keratin to fortify the fragmentation that we did, and it also to have a solution into it to help to rebuild bonds into the hair to give you that strength and that elasticity into the hair. Very amazing. So after a lightening, basically the bleach process, I will do my shampoo. So this will be my shampoo, the nourishing shampoo. First thing that's going to do, it's got a pH of 5.5. So basically the first thing it's going to do, it's going to start stopping the alkaline process, reducing the pH of the hair. Following that, I will use here my restructuring miracle product. Here, my Keratin Wonder, restructuring was the old name, so my Keratin Wonder. And I could apply a Keratin Wonder on its own if I have a hair that is slightly damaged to medium damage. The processing time will vary between 5 to 10 minutes. However, if I do have hair that are heavily chemical processed, that are very sensitized or damaged, I do have basically my Keratin Wonder booster here. This is a booster, they're drops. And you could add it into your Keratin Wonder. So basically here, your mixing ratio would be 5 grams of this product here to 1 gram of this product in, and you mix it together. So you could take about 15 grams of your Keratin Wonder conditioning treatment, and then you could add 3 grams of your booster into it. You could also work it in layers. You could work it into mid-length. I'm strictly working with the Wonder and the booster added to my formula for the mid-length and tips of the hair where it's more sensitized. We'll let it process 10 minutes and I will rinse. Once I rinse, towel blot the excess moisture of the hair, and then I will apply my view. My view is up to 20 minutes processing time. Then I will rinse. due that you have worked with an oxidative color, okay, you will need to shampoo the hair after. The shampoo is basically to eliminate any pigments remaining on the hair and on the scalp to make sure that there's no reaction or no sensitivity created after. So therefore, you will re-shampoo the hair. Once you shampoo the hair, you will have two types of conditioner that needs to be applied following the Keratin Wonder. You will have the vegetarian conditioner and the vegetarian mask. When you use one or the other, the conditioner is used for fine to medium texture hair. The mask is used for coarser, thicker, curly hair or straight hair if it's coarse and thicker. So it's just basically it's for coarse, thick, and also to textured hair because it needs more moisture, needs more treatment for the hair to work properly. So you have your two type of conditioner that you could use. And then you have the keratin sealer here. So the keratin sealer, it's wonderful product. So basically it says sealer. So what does it do? It goes and tightens the cuticle even tighter along the hair shaft, sealing it to make sure that the hair, that every little gap that is open, the keratin in that product here will just fill in the gap, making the hair stronger, shinier, and increasing your color retention into the hair. So this is what's so wonderful. And then naturally, you would recommend at home your client the proper home care product within this system. So basically, always recommend either the appropriate shampoo, appropriate care, and the sealer. It's always a rule of three, so always present your product in three, and most of the time client always get the product. Using the shampoo on its own, it's not going to rebuild the hair, it's not going to restrict. You do need the shampoo to prep the hair, you do need the conditioning treatment to deposit proper nourishment, and the sealer is on the surface. They have three specific usage on the product. So that's one thing. So it comes to our closing to the end. So this was a little bit my point of view into my classes. There's another view class also too that is presented on Davines Education. It's by Nadja. She's in Germany. I'm a big fan of Nadja. She's just wonderful. She's so amazing in color. So naturally, I invite you to look at her classes. When is her next class? So that way you can also view hers. So again, my color mentoring for me doesn't stop here. It's always something that I like to continue. As you know, you could always join me on my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and you could always contact me privately on Messenger or Instagram. It's always a pleasure for me to be there for you guys, to bring you the support and help you to elevate your knowledge and your skill into the world of hair color. That's my goal, and that's what I like to do the most. So please feel free to join. My name is Lemay. So Rock, it's with an H. And and I look forward to see you on there. So now we come to basically the end of our class. So this is, like I said before, this is our Q&A. Is there anything in view that maybe was not clear or I did not answer? Basically, what I presented to you today is understanding the science of what an acidic color is all about. It is my stronger belief into a system because you will see the difference. I have clients that I color their hair into beautiful mahogany, beautiful purples, and I use View, and when they come back to the salon by repeating the usage of the product, their color look is as fresh as the day one they left the salon. And that keeps your client happy, and it is the most beautiful advertisement card that you could have when you do stunning colors like that, and it stays beautiful. That is clearly a reference to bring clients to your salon. So again, View, a sustainable product, a biodegradable product, natural derivative ingredients with the latest innovation product, the only color on the market right now that's offering you a true acidic pH of 6.8 in the bottle, not formulated yet. Any plan on a color mentoring class? Well, we haven't determined date for 2021 yet. Because I guess we're just waiting to see how things are going. So we will see. So everything for 2020 is canceled. and we'll see for 2021. We're just waiting to see a little bit more is what's going to happen in the fall with the pandemic. Okay, Davinus Pro, don't forget color service. Some don't charge approximately adding view. Good question, Anna. Yes, very good question, Anna. Sorry, I did not mention that. Whenever I'm working with mask with Vibrochrome at the scalp, naturally I'm reducing the amount of my quantity because I won't need the product to emulsify it on the mid-length end. So therefore I could reduce from 50 grams to 40 grams of color or to 30 grams of color depending on the new growth that I'm working with. Therefore, then I will formulate the color into the mid-length end with view. So this will compensate for that, but also too, there'll be a little bit more color. Don't be afraid to charge for that. So I have a charge for me if it's short hair, mid-length hair, or long hair, basically whenever I'm using view. The clients, for sure, she will see the differences and she will. There's been some cases, Anna, block your ears, which sometimes I will offer a view to a very good client to a salon, and I will tell her right away before offering it to her, saying it has a value of. So I give her the value so she knows there's a value in the price. So when she comes into her next visit, and I have to say that 99.9% of the time it worked, when she comes in for her next visit, she'll come in, she said, I really liked it. I got a good compliment, a lot of shine to my hair, and I saw the differences. So therefore, she will take view into her next application, and she knew the value of the product. So there's no surprise. So she's not expecting a freebie. You don't, whenever you're offering something to a very, very good client, always, always, always gives the value of what you're offering so that she doesn't think it's free. And next time she comes in, she said, well, could I have that freebie again? No, no, you can't. Okay, so I'm seeing Anna with a smile and like with a, oh, sorry. Anna is my boss, by the way. So now she discovered one thing I do. I don't do it often. It's just once in a while whenever I have a very, very good client, which I know will have the potential to be using Mask with You. Okay, so cool, my little secrets. So guys, thank you, Scarlett, Oscar, Mary Jose, you're there. Hi, nice to see you online. Maria, Anna, and Joe, and everybody else, thank you for being here. It was an honor and a pleasure to have you in my class, and I hope everything is going well in your area. I know it's hard work. So then I will stop my presentation so Jody could jump in, and she had something to share. So I stopped my presentation. I'm inside now. Jody, welcome back. Okay.
Thanks everyone for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed Rock's presentation. And this is the education that'll be happening for this upcoming week. This will be on our Davinus Education Facebook feed and also on Instagram. So we hope that you can join us throughout the week. And thank you so much and have a fabulous Sunday afternoon.
If you do have the chance to check the community check-in, Yvonne, amazing, amazing stylist, and also to an amazing colorist, please take time to join in to see that community check. Cool. Okay, Jody, so we're wrapped, we're done. So guys, thank you. Have an amazing day or evening.
Thanks, Rock.
Bye, Jody. Have an amazing day.
You too.